What's up everyone, back for another beer review, and today I will be reviewing a beer from the Drekker Brewing Company, and they are out of Fargo, North Dakota, and this is their Slang Du Jour, the triple berry pie variant. So they're calling this one a Smoothie-style Sour Ale that is blended with strawberry, raspberry, blackberry, granola, cinnamon, nutmeg, brown sugar, lactose, and vanilla beans. It comes in at 7.8% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed in time of review. This can is approximately 4.5 months old. So Drekker, the first beer that I'm reviewing from them on the channel, but on top of that, it's the first beer I'm ever having from them. So they're known for the smoothie-style sour beers, IPAs, things of that nature. And I believe the local bottle shops here in West New York got a drop of Drekker back. I think it was in the summer in July. And when I went to my local bottle shop, they still had a couple kicking around. They had this one and they had their, who was the other one? Their Brains. It was the strawberry and lemon variant of their Brains. So I'll be reviewing both of these, and I'm really excited to give this one a go. So what I like about this, honestly, is they list the ingredients on the side of the can. So for malt, it's pale two-row, oats and wheat, hops, Hallertauer Blanc, flora, which is the basically the yeast. It's lactobacillus culture and house ale yeast. Then they say gimmicks for the strawberry, raspberry, blueberry, granola, cinnamon, nutmeg, brown sugar, lactose, and vanilla beans. I love that they call them gimmicks because these beers are gimmicky, and a lot of times people don't say they're beers, but they do have malt, hops, and yeast in here. Flora. So yeah, anyway, I'm really excited to give this one a go. These were the only two that I saw locally, so I grabbed them. This has been in my fridge the entire time. I had it upside down in my fridge. And yeah, of course, it just, when I opened it up, it went everywhere because that's what these beers do. Anyway, let's give it a proper pour here. We'll pour it into the Hop Butcher glass. Is that like a chunk that was in there? I don't know. So we'll just go like that, swirled up maybe, and pour the rest in. We'll see. Hopefully it doesn't go over with the carbonation. But I'm anticipating, hopefully, they call it triple berry pie. Let's hope so, because that sounds delicious to me. So that has a very purple-esque color. I'm doing this a little bit after, a few days after I did the one of the liquid lollipops from Froth. It was their Bomb Pop. This looks very similar. It has like this magenta, purple color. The head is like this really dark pink head. You can see the fruit, puree and pectin and everything sticking to the side of the glass because these are when it says strawberry, blackberry, and blueberry, it's all fruit puree. But yeah, that looks like kind of what I expected this beer to look based on the ingredients. Ooh, so this is 4.5 months old, and I will say some of these, gimmicks as they like to call them, the granola, the cinnamon, the nutmeg, the brown sugar, the lactose, not really lactose, but like the vanilla beans, some of these adjuncts could fall off, especially the spices like the cinnamon, nutmeg, and the vanilla beans, but it's not. That's crazy. It smells like a pie crust with berries. It honestly, to me, is very reminiscent, not of specifically like a pie, but like a cheesecake, like a mixed berry cheesecake, because I'm getting like this really nice crust to it that is graham cracker-esque. Yeah, I mean, most of the adjuncts are there. The brown sugar, the granola, this is very akin also to if you've ever had an other half crunchy. A couple of them behind me on the pretentious wall of bottles and cans are the raspberry and the mixed berry, I believe, are back there, but they have that granola-esque kind of feel to them, like a parfait, and that's what I'm kind of getting the nose. Almost like a mixed berry parfait, mixed berry cheesecake. The vanilla and lactose adding a nice like vanilla sweetness. The berries are there. I'm getting more raspberry and yeah, I'd say, was it blackberries? No, I'm getting more raspberry. There is no raspberry in here, is there? Oh, there's strawberry, raspberry, blackberry. I was going to say raspberry and blackberry, but I was like, I don't think there's raspberry in here. No, there definitely is then, because that's what I'm smelling, is mostly raspberry and raspberry, more raspberry. Strawberries getting lost. Maybe a hint of blackberry, but mostly raspberry. Yeah, it smells as advertised. You're talking about a triple berry pie. You get the fruits. I'm getting like, let's say if they want to go with a pie, I'm getting like a whipped cream kind of topping to it. Or for me, I'm more like a cheesecake kind of thing. And getting the crust, getting the cinnamon, the nutmeg, the spices. It smells fucking awesome. Like, for a beer. Let's get into it. Cheers, everyone. Pretty damn good. I will say this. the taste is not as good as the nose. Body on this one is thick, but it's not super thick. I've had some liquid lollipops and some Mortalis beers that were just like full on, just super thick. This is more higher side of medium body, low side of full, so not quite as thick as syrupy as some. The mouthfeel, it's soft, it's smooth, it's creamy. It's what these beers are. There's a carbonation there, but it's really, really creamy on the palate from the lactose, from the puree. So body and mouthfeel are really good. Not amazing, but good. The taste, right at the forefront, I'm hit with those berries. It's mostly raspberry with a little bit of like a blackberry kind of tartness. It's me right at the front of the palate. As it passes through, that's where I'm getting the intertwined like vanilla-esque like whipped cream thing, maybe cream cheese. And then underneath that is like the pie crust. And it's more of the granola and brown sugar than like the cinnamon and nutmeg. Like if you in a pie, I'm really not getting those spices on the palate. It finishes to the sweeter side of things. There is a semi-dry finish, no bitterness. And because of smoothie-style sour, and says sour a la mode on the bottom, I was anticipating like a decent tartness or sourness. And that's the one issue I have with a lot of these beers is that they call them sours, dessert sours or whatever, but a lot of times they don't have a sourness, let alone even like a tartness. This one is slightly tart to me. It has a decent tartness. I wouldn't even say firm, but it has a decent tartness. You kind of know. It's more acidic than tart for me, like on the back of the palate, where the back of the throat, it has this like acidic kind of vibe. I feel like I'm going to have heartburn later. But on the palate, it's not like super sour or super tart or anything. So it's kind of weird to have that acidity without the accompanied, sourness. As you can see, I'm drinking it and I'm really enjoying it. But I think they nailed the aroma, but the taste did not translate exactly from the aroma. It's still really good. I want to say that as far as what they're going for, I think they've done a pretty good job in the taste. I just don't think it's amazing. At 7.8%, here's the thing too. A lot of these sours nowadays don't even have ABVs, right? No alcohol. Almost, 450 North had that issue a couple years ago where some of their 10% beers were like 3.4 and whatnot. The Mortalis beers I drink are typically like 5 to 7 in terms of their ABVs. The liquid lollipops from Froth are 6.5. This is 7.8. This is one of the bigger ABVs, and I really can't tell that it's 8%. Like I don't get any alcohol. Not at all on the palate. Maybe an ever so slight warming in the chest, but not much. So I think they hide the alcohol well. I think they did a pretty good job with it, but I'm not blown away by it. So I think the best I can do on the Slang Du Jour, the triple berry pie variant from Drekker, I'm not disappointed or even let down. I think that this is really good. I just think maybe time has played a little bit of a role into the taste not being as impactful as the nose. So I think if I did this fresh, I'd get a little higher score. But as is, the best I could do on this one, I think, is a high 4 out of 5. I'm going to go 4.1 out of 5. Still a really good score. Still a really tasty beer. But at the end of the day, it's not to the level of some top tier smoothie style beers that I've had before. And again, it's 4.5 months old, so could definitely play a role. And that's why I'm glad I have the Brain Strawberry Lemon in the fridge. And hopefully I'll be able to try some more in the future. So I'm not disappointed at all. I'm just a little bit let down from the nose into the taste. That's all. Price and availability, I believe at the brewery, these are $22 for 4-pack. I paid, I want to say it was like around $7 for that can. So let me just be real with you. That's kind of expensive, but most of these beers in my area, the Frost and the Mortalis, are $25 a 4-pack. So that's $6.50 or $6.25 a can. I paid $7 for something that came from Fargo, North Dakota. I'll pay an extra 75 cents to try it out. Would I buy this one again at $7 a can in my area? No, but it's $22 a 4-pack at the brewery. So that's a fine deal for what these beers go for typically. Anywhere, I feel like if you can get these from $18 to $22 a 4-pack, it's a good deal for what they are. Availability, I have no idea. Outside of them being available in North Dakota, pretty sure these get distribution in like
10 to 15 different states now. Like I said, we got a drop of them in the summer. I don't know if we've had one since then. I don't know if we'll get one ever again, but I'm enjoying the fact that these get out to different places, because I heard really good things about these over the last like 12 to 18 months, and being able to just pick one up at a local bottle shop is pretty cool. So if you've had this one before, or you've had any of these beers from Drekker, whether it's within this series or any of their other smoothie styles or even their IPAs, let me know what you thought about it. What else? Yeah, the good thing about this is it's not sickly sweet. It definitely leans to the sweeter side, but it's not over sweet. I'll be able to drink the rest of that. I just wish there was more of like a tart or almost sourness that kind of offsets the sweetness, because I'm definitely would be one and done with this beer regardless of price or anything, just because I think by the end of this 16-ounce can, it's going to be a bit too much just from all of the flavors, let alone the sweetness. So appreciate everybody stopping by for another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. To the next one. Cheers.